Hello everyone, I am Satyam. My sole objective here is to interact with you and transact my experience of masters, how enjoyable learning history is. Believe me, you will cultivate a perspective, and moreover, you will develop a new way of thinking. And I am pretty sure I will debunk your myths about the subject. And I hope so many of you will find these videos worthy because the demand of the question these days in competition exam is changing, and you need to have a different types of arrows in your bow to tackle those questions, because the questions are very interdisciplinary, and they are not more solely about the factual facts. And look at the questions of UPSC has been asking since 2014, and many of you find it very challenging to answer those, because when you go into the exam and you find that some question is put it to you and you don't know, then you like ये पूछते कहाँ से हैं ये ऐसे सवाल, ये आए कहाँ से ऐसे सवाल. सो वो चीज़ आपको नहीं मिलेगी अगर आप पढ़ोगे, चीज़ें करोगे. आई नो दैट many of you are not from the history background, so many are from technical background, and in starting there is a toothing trouble for everything, but gradually by and by you will develop a perspective and an understanding of the subject, and I hope so my initiative will help you to gain new insights. Now we will look what is the content matter of the next slide. Now my first question to you student is, why should we study our history? Why should you study your history? A lot of you will ask, when you were a child and you were having very inquisitive, you ask your parents, your grandparents, okay, oh, what is your name? What is his name? Why is here? You tend to ask various questions to your family members or parents. So similar is the quest you need to have for this subject. History help us to appreciate our present, from where we have come and how much developed we are today as compared to our past, our ancestors. We Homo sapiens have evolved through a gradual process of evolution, and overall, I have presented you more points like this, sometime in interviews. If you will having the optional, then it will definitely help to tackle those questions, because sometime interviewer ask the interview, okay, what is the matter about why you have adopted this subject. History is the mother subject among all the social sciences, and rest are its relatives, and without them, and history is also incomplete. Why? You cannot conceive of history without geography. You cannot conceive even of empires building. We have seen in the history that Asoka built an empire. Romans were having empires. This is the if you don't know about that, and you will get to know about these in the later videos. But the point is that without definite geography, history is incomplete. Without economy, you cannot build the empire. And without economy, we have seen the development of culture. You see today is the lot of tallest building like Burj Khalifa and all, like many. All this is there is a process in history. This is the process. And if we don't know our present, then how will we gauge where we are advancing? This point is all about a comparison. For comparison, there should be a scale now. So we are comparing this our present generation with the past generation. Reading history is a worthy pursuit in itself. It is a dialogue between past and present, though studying history is worthy pursuit, so as to better appreciate our present. While other social sciences mainly focuses on modern era, history as a social science talks about the past of the present. You know, it also provides us a reasonable sound framework to understand the concept from other social sciences. History tells us how did we come here. Therefore, as we should keep an eye on the present while studying the past, we should also understand the past while studying the present. And the next slide. about how do we as a student look at the history. We student in our college life look at history very casually. We think that it is only a subject. No, but no, it is a living past. It is a not a legend. It is a living history of people. It is not merely about collecting facts. Rather, it is a process unfolding. We have past, we have ancient period, we have medieval period, we have modern period, and this process is historical process is continued. We should not read history in isolation. Rather, interdisciplinary approach should be adopted, by linking various subjects like history with geography, history with economics, what is the social science, anthropology, psychology. These are the subject of social sciences, and history is one among them. We generally tend to think that by mugging certain facts, our job is done. But my dear colleague, it is half truth. You should avoid it. And you should avoid it because this will even not help you to crack your exam. Your basic question for this subject should be what, why, how, and when. The tools you should always have at your disposal, because these are the basic tool a historian or a student should have before reading the history. What is history and what it is not? As a student of history, you should also know it. Okay, f- what what is history, and for what is the constituent matter of it, and what is not. Now these days we have living in the era of WhatsApp universities. So much of the untruth is being circulated on those platforms that sometime it has become very difficult, and it is currently being a very challengeable for the government and to dig up the truth. And there are certain agendas or whatever sort of thing are there. Let's keep apart. The point is, history is not a Shruti tradition as was the case in ancient times. We have historiography for it. Historiography is a way in which history is written. It is not written casually, or the some writers have sit and read it some fact and started writing. No, there is a way of writing history, and there are and it consists of various tradition. For example, historiography involves, there are frameworks, or you can call them as perspective. There are theories like the uh, uh, of course, the British has started the tradition of writing history in India as well, because India has been a colony of it. And so there was a concept of utilitarianism, and then we have the revisionist historians, we have Marxist historian, and Cambridge School of Thoughts we have, and these are some of the main group. And if you are interested to read, you can read more about this on this link. I have provided it here. And about me, this is all, and this is my email ID in case you need any help. And I am graduated in maths and physics, and currently I am pursuing my master's degree from Indira Gandhi National Open University, Delhi.